Hey YouTube, we back with another video, bro. Consistency. CONSIT ecstasy is what all I'm on, bro. That's literally all I'm on is consistency, bro. We back with another video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all tune in. Look, the video is called How to Make $67 million in 7 days. Nigga, can I at least try to make a band in a day? Like, bro, I'm trying to make something in a day. So I'm trying to learn. He said he finna teach me how to make $67 million in $1 million a day. So come on.
7-day stretch last season.
Malik Willis.
Malik Willis played roughly 6 total quarters of football.
Yep.
Took over for an injury in game 1. Unfortunately subbed out because of injury in game 2.
Hey,
but
and I'm just want to say now, bro, I ain't gonna lie, that hit that the Bears did on him, that was targeting. And when I say targeting, it wasn't no referee targeting call. I feel like the Bears had a whole group chat. They sent the message, if we want to win, we got to get Jordan Love. Mind boggled. And that's exactly what they just did. They hit the nigga in the head first for no reason. That's my quarterback, nigga. That's my person. That's me. He's literally the team that I represent and put my all into, and y'all taking him out. The rivals, nigga. I ain't gonna lie, the Bears, bro, y'all dirty, bro. Like, bro, this is not fair.
That 6-quarter stretch, you and I saw overall numbers from the guy that just don't even seem feasible.
No, he nasty.
Some might say it's
he had me. Others
might say
Malik Willis had me just.
Kind of
he had me just
but
floating.
The overlying question
I was so happy.
Is money like this worth it?
Yeah.
Malik Willis has shown us that he has the ability to go win football games.
Because of 35 passes a year ago that he threw. That's
what exactly is there to take from such a small sample size like this? Is it actually too little to tell? Or does this contract have the potential to be a bargain?
He noticed it. He noticed it. Look, I did too.
Floats one deep. He's got Dobbs. Oh, he's got it. Touchdown, Green Bay. And again, Malik
Number
Willis,
35 just
terrific fundamentals. Feet are underneath them, totally balanced, and an absolutely perfect throw when his team needed it.
That's a
like Tom just told
that's a
you,
dot.
Everything about this touchdown pass was high level. Canning the initial call based on the look of the coverage, the poise under pressure in the pocket, even just hitting his receiver perfectly in stride in the middle of a 20+
perfect ball and everything.
But let me give you another example of why a play like that is worth dissecting. And keep in mind, this is the first play of the game in his one and only start of the entire season against Baltimore. And this right here is a tell that could dictate where the football's going. Just before the snap, the Ravens are now likely showing a one-high coverage concept.
Okay.
And the call for Willis offensively, you've got 6 offensive linemen down in the front, and it's paired with a 3-route concept and a swing screen outlet over the strong side of the formation.
Yeah.
Everything you're looking at here, that's a lot for one safety to have to worry about.
Okay.
And not only did Malik know this,
teach me now.
He played directly into where he knew Malachi Starks was going to favor. Pull the back line of the coverage with your vision, then just use your arm talent to expose the leverage. 7 for 8, 2 touchdowns, and a perfect passer rating. The guy quite literally could not have been better extending
oh
the ball
my
down
gosh.
over his 2-game sample.
That's a dime.
You want to know where a good chunk of that $67 million came from?
Left us.
Well, I'd say both the coverage recognition and the vertical presence did their fair share of the negotiating.
Oh my gosh.
Now we all know what sits at.
Did I take this for granted? Maybe I wasn't realizing like that he was throwing dots during the season because I just like was in the moment. My head was not in him; it was in the game. But when I'm starting to look at this coming from a offensive analyst, a pro defensive analyst, bro, throwing the ball right there in the midst of 4 defenders being in coverage area, my nigga, that's a dot. That's $670 million. Nobody cares about $67 million. Get a nigga $600 million for making a pass like that.
The forefront of Malik Willis' strengths as a quarterback. The option-heavy RPO style of play that obviously can get extremely punishing to opponents who don't prioritize stopping it. One guy bites on a fake in the wrong direction,
it's grits.
And he can make you pay with his legs more than the majority
and
of dual threats that you'll see across the entire league. And just that aspect of his game in itself could make for an entire video.
Bro,
not even just him on his feet, but the ability to effectively sell the one. Take this crucial 3rd and short for an example. No less in a high-stakes division matchup coming in off the bench. Chicago's got what looks like a 3x3 fire zone for the coverage, and Jaquan Brisker, based on the movement, seems to have the flat responsibility here. Look at the coverage one more time overall, and then pay attention to the effect and even execution off of that said run fake. Brisker bites immediately downhill.
You think he see
and
an
Malik
open gap?
proceeds to flip his hips on the reverse rollout and connect to move the chains.
Get upfield now.
Now I do
Bro,
get
what
it,
you run out of
that
bounds
a play
for?
like that might seem so simple that it's almost pointless to even dive into. But it's important to cover in the fact that it's always been his top selling point. Those quick read 3 to 4 yard plays that keep drives alive, and even to a bigger point, keep the playbook unpredictable. The name of the game these days is seeing how much a play caller can drastically impact both a quarterback's output and performance. Ultimately speaking, it was why Green Bay felt like they could pull the trigger on this kind of a trade in the first place. But that's also not the headline from this 35 rep sample size.
Come on.
For 32 yards. The rookie Matthew Golden, the motion man. It's a play action pass on first down. Willis stayed in there initially. Now he'll look to escape. Delivers another open man. It's Watson in stride. Malachi Starks.
We don't got that no more though. It's cool. Look at that.
You think you're fine after a car accident until this happens.
Ads,
Most people don't realize that even accidents that seem minor can financially destroy you when...
The key takeaways, they were every other tool in his repertoire. Not even exaggerating, this was some of the most effective...
I ain't gonna lie. It was we used to play this thing. When I was in high school, we had downtime. You know, we had off season. When the season was over, we didn't make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We in off season. My nigga, why was we playing this one? Like we was just playing like 11 on 11, no pass, no nothing, straight football athletes. They had me at quarterback, bro. Now, if my memory opposes me the right way, my nigga, I swear, I had the ball at quarterback. I hit a little. I was like this. Hold on. I had the ball. I'm like, green 18, yellow belly. Ooh, I got the ball. I get the ball. Juke out. Get back inside. Oh, snap back. I swear I just threw it up. It was somebody down the court, bro, down the field. Somebody was down the field running full they hardest, sweat in their eyes and hair and everything. Nigga jumped a 40-inch vertical, one-handed catch. Bro, I couldn't even believe my eyes. I was like, I did that. That was all me. I'm like, I'm looking at my hands like, who are you? I'm like, you should have played quarterback in real life. Nigga. It was all a dream. It was all a dream. Like, bro. That's all y'all boys, man. Make sure you just always locked in, bro.
Pocket awareness you're ever
Because
gonna see.
sometimes stuff don't be real.
Not necessarily looking to overuse his legs as a clear-cut plan B in his back pocket, but only doing so when it's absolutely required. Watch him work to navigate this design specifically from under center. You've got a pair of verticals that's tied together with a cross.
He coming down, but he not
It looks
finna go
like it's
down
up
for real.
against some form of a cover 3 rotation from Chicago. Now, from a bird's eye view especially, it's easy to say or assume that he maybe could have tried the one-on-one deep ball if he was feeling greedy. You could even tease leading Jaden Reed down the boundary into open space.
Yeah.
But the pocket had already collapsed on him. Watch the ability to sense that pressure through the progression of the play call. His eyes are fully turned to the rush on the play action.
I'm looking.
Gets to his drop and just proceeds to climb up in the pocket for the reach downfield. Again, not bailing until it's a necessity. For a good amount of quarterbacks, that's a quick wrist throw or a 5-yard sack rather than a 9-yard pickup. I mean, the guy was already a top free agent target before the stretch we're covering today. If you watched him play at all prior, you already knew that. But do you want to know what's kind of ironic about these two games that we're diving into? It's that one way or another, they actually told two completely different stories.
What else did they tell?
But before we get into that, we got to go and give a shout out to today's sponsor and Underdog.
Hey, Underdog. Y'all niggas still ain't paid me for my bet that I hit when I betted on Paul George to score 15 points. The nigga scored 28 points. I don't know if y'all thought he was taking hemorrhoids or something. No, he came back better than ever. Give me my money, Underdog. Got me out here getting scammed. I support y'all niggas. I put at least $1 in y'all pocket. Y'all take about $200 for mine. Like, bro, I just want to hit. Come on now.
It's a Malik Willis. And even more specifically, how an offense can thrive when you give them the keys to the car. And it's also worth noting, Miami just dealt Jalen Waddle over to Denver while I'm making this video.
Yeah, they tripping.
The wide receiver room he's dealing with down there is going to be quite the contrast from what he had in Green Bay. I mean,
my name got Tutu Atwell at receiver, Jalen Tolbert, Malik Washington, bro. Come on now. Terrence Marshall, if y'all even remember who that is. Theo Weiss. They got Theo Weiss and Taj Washington. So, in translation, let me tell you. So, they got a bag of tricks. They got some socks and sandals. They got a bag of chips. They got some Lay's chips right here. They got some Airhead Extremes. And then you got some Skittles, my nigga. You ain't got nothing good to work with. Hey, Malik, you should have stayed with the Packers, bro. Should have
fingers
stayed
crossed
down.
for his sake, they do something in the draft at least to give him a hand out wide.
Should have stayed down.
But even with all of that considered, that still doesn't mean the blueprint's not there for how to go about your scheme with him. And honestly, the first game was more so a take what the defense will give you kind of efficiency.
Okay.
We know that Chicago came into this game prepared for Jordan Love. And because of that, you could tell early on, the coverage plan heavily leaned into a top-down style of an approach. Basically daring them into the run game and working to eliminate the deep ball in the process. But I think Malik already proved that
if
you give him an inch in this style of play, he'll take a mile.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malik Willis is probably a little more like Caleb Williams than Jordan Love. Very twitchy, he's got a good arm, is athletic, can get out of the pocket and hurt you with his legs. But he'll be a big part of this run game as well.
Again, it's quick reads and miscues that dictate the story here. The guy's got absolutely no issue becoming a clock eater if you can't figure out the read option. And if a defense cannot effectively do that up front, as a game goes on, you start to slowly recognize how
nasty.
it might be bleeding into your secondary.
He got the
You've
speed.
got a case in
He
point just one quarter later with how that effect goes hand in hand with the play call. It's an extremely run-likely down in the 1st and 10 here. Not only does the offense have a 2 running back set and an inline tight end with no split receivers on the down low side of the field. But as the football snapped, you've even got a guard that's working to pull to the weaker side of the formation. Now do me a favor real quick when we zoom out to the bigger picture and just put yourself in the shoes of a weak side safety for a second. You see all of this going on simultaneously. It's got to be mentally tough to stop yourself from fully committing in a downhill effort for the run.
See, me, I don't understand like that fully committed stuff, bro. Whenever I was reading the quarterback, I would always play for the upfield shoulder. Niggas don't even know about that. That's how I know y'all are not no pros, bro. If you know about football, you know about the upfield shoulder. So I was never worried about a read because I'm the type of nigga, bro. I see the read, bro. I'm playing my feet. I could go play the running back. See the upfield shoulder, the quarterback pull it, throw it on my feet, get upfield, reach, and tackle. That's how I'm coming, bro. Athletically athletic. That's what I am. That's literally how I'm coming, bro. So whenever I see the quarterback whenever I see people falling for the read, I'm like, bro, if you don't just and just like, you know what I'm saying? Try. But they ain't trying because they don't want to be great, and it's all good. Because I know I want to be great. So that's how I really would have been, you know what I'm saying, moving stuff. But I mean, I guess.
Rewind back about
all
1 to 2 seconds to see the initial pre-snap look. And the coverage call was actually a Tampa 2 drop with a walk-down safety.
You could tell it was
cover
2, nigga. I could have told you that.
Just to have that advantage in the run fit. The fake within the design did everything it was supposed to. And even though Malik actually missed the gimme that it created on this rep,
he could have had that post,
the point that we're trying to make still stands here.
That would have been a touchdown.
Christian Watson wide open for a touchdown. Musgrave coming from the right, Watson coming to the left. No
that would have been a
touchdown.
touchdown.
That defense, they all got kind of intrigued by that ball fake, but good throw by Willis. They're going to need to see more of that.
As soon as you saw this defense,
imagine if you would have scored that play, bro.
Priority, Malik just forced their hand back into that initial conservative approach. Look at this play just 2 minutes later in the very same offensive drive.
Did we lose this game?
Again, but this time, the Bears now have.
Did the Packers lose this game, bro?
Essentially 4 deep and 3 underneath like you see on the screen. But pay attention to that weak side safety again. Because not only now is he clearly further back off the line, but his tag specifically on this call is to be a poacher. We've briefly mentioned this prior on the channel. Basically, he serves to cut off any crossing routes from the 3 receiver side of the set. AKA, they're back to being conservative. And I mean, rightfully so, with Malik continuing to show them he's not afraid to extend the ball down the field. Also feel like it's worth noting, new Dolphins OC Bobby Slowick comes from the Shanahan tree.
Yeah.
Very similar to the style of play you saw Matt LaFleur work to build around Willis last season. Take a closer look at the route combination within the play call here. Then while it's all developing, watch Willis's IQ while he's actively going through both the reads and the progression. Looks first to the two verticals, which you can see are a little too crowded for comfort to make an early throw, then quickly flips over to Watson on the crosser. Now wisely, he did pick up on that poach safety and not make this errant throw, but Chicago laying back their coverage capped this play completely. All that we just... mentioned, and he still ends up climbing the collapse.
Did he throw it
pocket
to the quarterback?
and works to where he knows the void will be based on that route combo.
Yeah, LaFleur has this Dennis Allen defense just guessing out there. Willis
scrambling,
using the effectiveness of his legs in the open field. Has got this Bears defense on skates right now.
Game one of the sample size showed you can't take everything away if that deep ball stays in the arsenal. There were some pretty complex designs and rotations being thrown around in this matchup.
But why do people act like Malik Willis did not throw like 70-yard bomb in his pro day, run a 4.4 or something in his pro day and stuff like that? Like, they acting like he wasn't a good prospect. He was literally a good prospect. He just fell down the draft board and then got put into the situation that he was not supposed to be in. If you go play for the Tennessee Titans in your early years, you are primed to be in retirement by the age of 25, my nigga. You will be retired by the next 3 years because they are primed to make you look bad unless you're going to be the next Aaron Rodgers or something like that, bro. Like, Tennessee Titans is not good. It's not a good structured football to be in, bro. Somewhere you want to go drink some beer and go to the bar or something. Like,
and even with his back being turned on a good amount of these looks being play action fakes as well, it's one thing to talk about consistently making the right read in these critical spots, but it's another conversation to execute in the manner that he did.
Did you lose a lot of money sports betting
who is this
on
with a mustache
DraftKings or
on their face,
FanDuel?
bro?
You
He got a mustache.
What about game two, though? Why exactly was it so different from the first one?
It wasn't.
Here comes the rush. Willis out of the pocket.
Still lost
Fires
this game.
on the run. Open. Caught. Jaden Reed.
I think we lost this game.
27 yards.
I reacted to
through
this
the air
game.
for
I
the
remember
first
it, bro.
Third down and long, you don't expect to give that up.
Derrick
to the
Henry went for like
Ravens,
200
but they
something
lost
yards.
contain on the pass rush and allowed the quarterback to extend the play.
You know some of those numbers we showed earlier, Malik Willis's extremely impressive deep
That's a
ball
dot.
accuracy? Well, 85% of those throws came in this game.
That's a dot.
And believe me when I tell you as well that it was anything but a coincidence. One way or another throughout the course of this game, Baltimore was practically daring the guy to beat them solely on the basis of his arm talent. The Ravens finished the 2025 season as borderline one of the best run defending teams in all of football. And when you watch this game back, you very quickly realize that their philosophy here was no different. More or less, to keep it simple, they completely sold out in the trenches and sacrificed outside leverage to wipe out the read option's effectiveness. But one thing you definitely don't need me to tell you is that if you keep stacking the box, there's only so long that most teams can get away with it.
Yeah, you can't play
Now, let's
man-to-man
also
against
make it
us,
clear
though.
if
I
we
don't
didn't
understand. Why
already,
do
deep
people
ball
think they can
success
play
and
man
connections
against
like
us?
this are a two-way street between a quarterback and a receiver corps. First thing Malik probably sees here is the one high safety and the free space he's being given on that open side of the field.
Yeah.
The slot receiver on this rep's kind of on a low bender just over the football, and the split out wides on a slant go route down the sideline.
That's supposed to
Now, first thing Willis does is read the
sluggo.
safety right off the drop. But watch what he proceeds to do shortly after to manipulate. He eyes up the wide corner, who's risking to sit on the route rather than drop deep to assure keeping everything in front of him. Then once again, he whips his head back over the ball to hold the safety in place. That subtle little trick gave him all the space he needed.
It's going to be a little slant and go, and it freezes Wiggins and gets separation. Nice read by Willis, and the ball gets there before the safety can come over and help.
That's a dot.
Just for some context as well, Most of you know that Green Bay lost both of these games.
Yes, bro. We know we lost
But
that
this
game.
guy's also the only reason they weren't classified assault cases. Almost 300 yards through the air in 3.5 quarters, and even not to mention 75% of his team's total rushing yards. Now, I'm not trying to imply to you that he put up this performance on, say, the best defense in football, but the film at least tells you these numbers shouldn't be looked at as fraudulent.
Throw a dot.
One counterpoint I could see you making to the success is the fact that he's not going to have skill sets like these out wide in Miami.
Bro,
take a guy like
we
Christian
didn't
Watson,
have no skill sets.
who with his height and speed
all we
can
had was
constantly
speed.
bait a secondary independent.
I need to see what our receivers
but
gonna
then
do
be
this
able
year.
to frequently break it off low for those easy access timing routes he fell back on. Again, it's hard to make any assumptions of how it's going to look in terms of the roster that he's currently set to join. Moral of the story, the sample size was small. But within that sample size, he showed you everything in the book. It also did so in damn near every other appearance over the course of the last 2 seasons. Was it an overpay? I don't think so.
I don't think it was an overpay. Hey, Malik Willis showed what he showed. I wish he didn't leave us, bro. I wish he would have just stayed with us just one more year, you know what I'm saying? Develop, intertwined with us and everything. But I'm glad he got his money. I've been a fan of Malik Willis since then, so I'm just, hey, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro.